What's up, folks? This is Baxter from Collect and Destroy and the Collect and Destroy podcast, coming to you with another exciting product reveal. Today we're looking at Mattel's Masters of the Universe Origins She-Ra and Swiftwind 2-pack. This is the first time ever that we've got the most powerful woman in the universe and her noble steed available together in a 2-pack. As I open in here, as we're celebrating the 40th anniversary, there's a very cool foil printed card in here. This is great. It says on the back, this certifies that your Masters of the Universe Origins She-Ra and Swiftwind action figure 2-pack was created through the collaborative efforts of designers and artists at Mattel. On the back here, we've got this nice 40th graphic, and it says, this certifies that your Masters of the Universe Origins She-Ra and Swiftwind action figure 2-pack was created through the collaborative efforts of designers and artists at Mattel. And there's it says 1985. There's a cool little gem there. And this, of course, is found on Mattel Creations. Mattel Creations is doing a lot of releases that do not hit the store shelves. So make sure you're checking out MattelCreations.com for exclusive drops like this. Some of them are still available. Some of these drops go instantly. So you got to get on there right away. One of the things that I've really liked about the Mattel Creations drops is that instead of there being a pre-order and then a month or 2 or 3 wait for your pre-order to arrive, these seem to arrive to your doorstep pretty dang quickly. As always, let's take a look at the packaging first. This is a beautiful box, multi-layer, awesome printing on it. Got more details on the back here. For the honor of Grayskull, celebrate the 40th anniversary of She-Ra, Princess of Power, with Masters of the Universe Origins cartoon collection She-Ra and Swiftwind, featuring the iconic hero of Etheria and her noble steed as retro-style figures. The big reveal here. Wow, this is something to behold. Definitely an awesome option to keep in box, as you can see with this printing and all of this display with the clear window style box on all 4 sides here. Great artwork on the back. Very high-end presentation style packaging. So I like this. I think just due to limited space, I'm probably going to unbox this and put it up on the shelf or in my glass case. I think it'll be a little more dynamic that way. Maybe if I had a little less to display, I think I would keep it in the box, but this is going to take up a lot of real estate. So I guess it depends how important in your collection the She-Ra stuff is versus the He-Man stuff. All right, let's take this out of the packaging. Again, the artwork on here is awesome. Got the sorceress there. All right, as you may or may not know, Princess of Power was a toy line launched by Mattel in 1984. And there was also a cartoon series from 1985 to 1987. And it featured our warrior princess She-Ra, who was actually He-Man's twin sister. And then as we're looking right here, this is Swiftwind. Very dynamic wings on here. Very cool for positioning. You can do all sorts of stuff with the legs. I know you can adjust all this while it's in the packaging as well. Because I was already going to take it out of the box, I didn't mess around with that. But there is an option to make adjustments. There's instructions online. Go to Mattel Creations. You can check that out. Swiftwind was originally creatively named Horsey. And Horsey was mutated by magic after coming in contact with the Sword of Protection, which is She-Ra's sword, which is very similar to He-Man's Sword of Power. Horsey gained wings, a horn, and the ability to talk and communicate with humans. And here is our Princess of Power, She-Ra. Amazing figure. I mean, there's been a lot of renditions of this figure. One thing that I would note is the She-Ra figures always have a little bit of issue standing up because of the spindly legs and feet. It can be done, and I have done it without a stand, no stand needed. But just something of note. In this case, I'm going to be putting her on Horsey here, Swiftwind. and setting that up in a very dynamic pose. One other cool thing is that the weapons are very securely in her hands, which is not always the case with these type of figures. Sometimes it takes some finagling. So she's battle ready. She stands about 5.5 inches and has 16 points of articulation, whereas Swiftwind here is about 7.8 inches tall. Swiftwind's got this great saddle on here as well as stirrups, which is really good detail. Everything seems, you could take off the hood off of Swiftwind's head. Everything is very customizable and very dynamic. The tail can move. It really can give you those poses that you want. Whereas like being a kid of the 80s, it was basically like, here's the pose and that's all you get. But with 22 points of articulation, this is a beautiful piece. There are some more advanced versions of this that are coming from Mondo. If you want a more affordable price point, this Mattel Creations Swiftwind and She-Ra is definitely the way to go. These really are a faithful rendition of the cartoon series. It takes me right back to my childhood and remembering, getting up on Saturday mornings to watch Masters of the Universe, watching Princess of Power, watching all these shows. And I liked it. It was kind of like the first time that you had this multiverse, this universe that went from one show to the other, whereas they're twin brother and sister. There's villains that show up in each. There's crossovers. There's the movies. It's a stunning pair, and it really captures everything that you'd want to. We've got some cool translucency in the sword of protection and her shield. Just nothing was really an afterthought on putting this together, and this really is the quintessential version of She-Ra and Swiftwind. I just want to remind you to go check out Mattel Creations. There is actually a membership if you sign up that you can get early alerts on Masters of the Universe drops. The Origins line has been incredible, and they said they're going to finish it out, and it seems like that's happening. So there's exclusives on Amazon. There's exclusives on Mattel Creations. You can still find some things in stores. It just depends on what the release is. Make sure that you are following Collect and Destroy. That's Collect X Destroy at collectanddestroy.com. All social media platforms, all podcast platforms, and of course, subscribe on YouTube. Until next time.